8:15, me tono mai. New Zealand is preparing to send its team to the Invictus Games. Why? They need your help to get there. Welcome back to Breakfast. It's just coming up to 8:20. The Invictus Games is an international sporting event founded by Prince Harry for wounded, injured and sick service members, both serving and veterans. Today, the New Zealand national team is having their first ever get-together to mark the beginning of their journey to get to the next Games, which will be held in Canada in February. With me in the studio is Lieutenant Colonel Greg Josephs, the Invictus Games team manager. Greg, good morning.
Morning, Daniel.
Thank you for joining us.
Welcome.
Now, my understanding is the team has been named. Can you talk to us about that?
Absolutely. So, as you mentioned, the team's made up of serving and former serving military personnel. We've selected a team of 19 competitors to go to Canada. 3 services. We have gender parity. We have 14 males and 14 females in the team, including support staff. So looking forward to to Vancouver and Whistler in February next year.
Now, I don't know how much you're willing to share yourself, but can you just give us a bit about your background and why you're involved? Sure.
So I joined the Army in 1979, 45 years ago, and still enjoy the service. Through my service, I've deployed 7 times into operational areas. During those services, it's an environment that can have an impact on you. For me, I finally faced up to PTSD in 2020 this year during lockdown. And through Invictus, you realise you're not unique. It's common. Share your experiences, learn from your experiences, and support others. So for me to get involved in Invictus was to help others as well as help myself.
So would you agree in saying that Invictus Games is not just about sport?
No, absolutely. To be selected in the team, 40% of the criteria or the weighting is based on your rehabilitation you'll get from being at the Games. Only 10% is sporting prowess.
All right, so what's the process like now for the team to get ready for the Games?
Yeah, so these are an interesting game. It's the first winter hybrid sports. So at these Games, we've got winter sports. So the team is going to look forward to going to Wairu Military Camp this weekend, which we'll get some time on the mountain, do some Nordic and alpine skiing, snowboarding. And it's a big campaign to get to the Games.
Sounds exciting. Part of that campaign also, you're appealing to the public for some help. Can you talk us about this?
Sure. Military personnel are competitive, and we don't tend to put our hand out, but we do put our hand up when support is offered. One thing that we do need for Invictus Games is adaptive sports gear, so we do need wheelchairs. Wheelchair rugby and wheelchair basketball are big sports at the Invictus Games.
And you brought a wheelchair in just to show us.
Yes, so we've managed to have one manufactured by Melrose Wheelchairs in Christchurch. Thankfully, Sudima Hotels came to the party and funded this wheelchair for us. We need another 10 to 15 to be able to support the team. But
so how many have you got now, Greg?
3.
So you've got 3 and you need another 10?
Yeah. But we're on the road and, we make do with what we've got, but to have the right gear to train with means you can play better on the court. And
we're not just talking about any old team here. This is quite a legendary team, right?
So, these are military personnel that have suffered through service, either be it an injury, wound or an illness. So, supporting the team is supporting their road to recovery.
So how much would one of these wheelchairs cost?
All up, you're looking at about $15,000, around $13,000 for the chair and then $2,000 for the accessories, wheel bags and everything like that.
And for our viewers watching now, where can they go to help?
Yes, Sudima Hotels has set up a Give a Little page. They're running an event tonight, a big 6 months to go for the team before we depart. And they've set up a Give a Little page to try and support us in getting more funds to produce more wheelchairs.
You're a busy man. I understand you're off to Vancouver in a couple of weeks. What is that about?
So the Vancouver trip is a recce, the reconnaissance prior to the Games, just to get to know the environment, visit all the facilities that we'll be using, make sure that we're best prepared so that when the team hits the ground, they know what they're going into, because again, that can be a challenging time, uncertainty. So Prince Harry is likely to be there. Enjoyed meeting him a couple of times. He's very passionate about...
I was going to ask, what's he like?
Yeah, he's a very passionate supporter of military personnel wellbeing. He set up the Invictus Games Foundation 10 years ago and is a staunch supporter and talks to me like he would talk to anybody else as a service personnel.
Oh, neat. Greg, final question. What does Invictus Games mean to you?
So for me, it is such an amazing opportunity for well-being and to support people on their road to recovery. It is a unique experience. It's military people from 20 other nations, 550 competitors, shared experience on what they've faced, getting together and continuing their journey to recovery. It's awe-inspiring.
Brilliant. Absolutely love it. Lieutenant Colonel Greg Josephs, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And again, we will put up that Give a Little page to get some more wheelchairs for the team.
Appreciate that.
Good luck too. Let's stay in touch.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, it's easy.